it, Mike. I got an attitude. Do it!
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, this is crazy. Swimming in cords.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I thought so. Getting out of the box. I don't remember when I climbed into the box. It was springtime, I think. And raining, perhaps. It was long ago. I know that. I think there was one of those April showers that they sing about that are supposed to be so lovely. But I think this one was coming down hard, and the drops stung my skin. So I thought I'd get shelter for a little while, and I climbed into this box. I've always been climbing into boxes. When I was very little, we children had a drum-shaped cardboard toy box, just big enough for a 3-year-old to squeeze into and get rolled around the attic. This was one of my favorite games. And when I was 7 or 8, I began my obsession with coffins. Really, I was obsessed with death, or more specifically, consciousness. I was terrified of being dead and unconscious. I thought to myself that death wouldn't scare me, so long as I could be conscious. I could lie forever in a coffin. I could like it, so long as I could think. Those were the years when I spent hours every day sitting in a clump of bushes in the neighbor's yard that was like a cave. It was my secret place that I never shared with anybody. That was also the time I became fascinated with Helen Keller. To be deaf, dumb, and blind was another box. And I wanted to live in a box. I needed protection. When I was around 13, I began hanging around the local community playhouse. I particularly remember the months we prepared a production of the musical, Oliver. I liked being backstage because one of the props was a coffin. I would come into rehearsal early and lie in it. Nobody noticed. At 14, I decorated the wall over my bed with a drawing of a tombstone. Here lies C.K. Born 7/14/1956. Died? Question mark. On another wall, I drew my horoscope. I was in love with fate. Have I mentioned my fascination with Hamlet? At 16, I memorized most of that play. I could be bounded within a nutshell and count myself the king of infinite space. As an adult, I have lived in over 20 different homes. Most of them one-room studios. I'm not sure how I feel about that. My job? I'm a high school teacher, or have been for a while until I was recently fired. Working in the box of a classroom. So, as I say, I have always been climbing into boxes. My ambition as a child was to be dead in a box, so long as I could think. I know now that I realize the ambition all too well, and the time is long past for resurrection. Zombie, vampire, oh God, take me, world, hallelujah, I am risen.
Yeah!
I'm going to cover something for you. This is a monologue from a Tom Stoppard play called Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead.
Yeah!
Well, I love Hamlet, so one of my favorite monologues. You will see it is thematically connected. And after that, I have something else which will be kind of a surprise. Save it for you. So this is Tom Stoppard. Do you ever think of yourself as actually dead? Lying in a box with a lid on it? It's silly to be depressed by it. I mean, one thinks of it like being alive in a box. One keeps forgetting to take into account the fact that one is dead. Which should make all the difference, shouldn't it? I mean, you'd never know you were in a box. It'd be just like being asleep in a box. Well, not that I'd want to sleep in a box, mind you. Not with that in the air. You'd wake up dead for a start, and then where would you be? Apart from inside a box. That's the bit I don't like. Frankly, that's why I don't think of it. Because you'd be helpless, wouldn't you? Stuffed in a box like that? I mean, even taking into account the fact that you're dead. It isn't a pleasant thought. Especially if you're dead. Ask yourself, if I were to stuff you in this box right now, would you rather be alive or dead? Well, naturally you prefer to be alive. Life in a box is better than no life at all. You'd have a chance. At least you can lie there thinking. Well, at least I'm not dead. Any minute, someone's gonna bang on the lid and tell me to come on out of there. Hey, you! What's your name? Come on out of there! Ha! 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 I wouldn't think about it if I were you. You'd only get depressed.